Hello, E. It is amazing to see you. Even though I just saw
Hi.
you like 10 seconds ago in the back screen.
I know we were chatting. Hopefully we're
I
not
know
late.
we did get to chatting. I see we have a couple of people. We are doing part 2 of the New Year's Eve because I know a lot of people have New Year's Eve plans, but I was asked to specifically hold space so that way people had a place to be. So
Right.
I figured why not do anything better and ask people to come.
Right.
And you answered the call like Supergirl.
I answered the call. Liz asked, and I said, "Hell yeah, I come for Liz. I always be there for my Liz. I love Liz."
Right? So, and I would always be there for you. Whatever you want to do, I am gonna cheer you on.
I
1000%.
I appreciate that. That this has been meeting you has been one of the best things of this year. That's
Yeah.
one of my highs.
Yeah, one of my highs, absolutely meeting you and actually not listening to anybody else, but actually listening to you. That has been amazing. Because finding like the more you and I talk, the more I'm like, that okay, those answers are my answers. Like she still believes how I believe, and
Yeah.
so it's so nice that someone's on a similar page
Right.
and still has their foot completely in the never in world. So it's like we speak each other's language, but also you help me learn things that are on the side that have never been in.
Yeah.
So that's a huge part for me because it's like, and it's not a fake one.
Yeah. I know. It's a lot to unravel. And so it's nice to see different perspectives for me anyway.
Yeah.
I finally got to a place where I was okay to hear about people's experience, good, bad, and otherwise, because I
Right.
always rejected Scientology so much. So it's nice to, in some weird way, hear like that there was some good for some of the people. That was like at least happy times. Maybe not that the tech and all that was good, but that at least there was some bit of joy, because there's
It wasn't all bad.
Right. You made the best of any situation, which is what I believe to be true for most people, at least for me.
Yeah. Because, there were situations that it was like, there were a couple situations where I didn't think I was going to live past the night, like being completely honest. But I promised myself if I can wake up, it's going to be better tomorrow. And so promising myself a better tomorrow was always what got me through.
Yeah, one day at a time. I think that's a really important thing for some of us to remember, especially if you're going through a rough patch, because life can be great and beautiful, but it can be hard and really tough and crappy and,
Yes.
Sometimes it's just, ugh. And
it's definitely hard. I mean, thinking about it realistically, if we were still kids and our parents were in the Sea Org right now, like we know they're not, but if they were, what would we be doing right now? We'd be prepping for the New Year's Eve party and prepping to, get everybody set up and, what do we need to do? And what do we need to, so it's nice to know that we're not setting up anymore.
Nope.
And it's nice to know that some of the shit that happened to us is not acceptable.
Right. And there's other people that will say, "Oh my gosh, that's wild." But guess what?
Here's happened to me too. Or this happened to me and this. And I'm like,
okay.
Well,
Right. Then you're like, okay, that puts it in perspective. I'm
okay. I wasn't the only one.
It wasn't good, but we made it. And
yep.
We're choosing to show up differently, and we're choosing to do and learn and be different, which is good, I think, for anybody.
Yeah, because that's the hard part is like when I decided that I was going to make a channel, it was like, I'm just going to get my story out and I'm going to do what Aaron says. And I'm going to do one every single day for my dad, no matter what it is, just one video a day for my dad and make as much noise as I possibly can on my terms.
Yeah.
And so it's like, the more I listen to stories, like Reese's story, like I thought it was really bad that I got dishes and dictionaries and like course manuals thrown at me. And she got a fax machine.
A whole damn fax machine.
Right? And I'm like, man, that sucked getting hit by the dictionary, but can you imagine a fax fax machine, like
No,
that would have done some damage.
well, that, and I can't imagine, like, I would have probably fucked somebody.
Now, yeah, but in those moments,
mean-
no. I just took it like it was not that big of a deal. It was
Oh, see, I was kind of a little more rebellious, so I probably.
well, because I'd already had worse, and I knew if I opened my
Sure.
mouth, then I would get worse again.
See, that's true.
So no matter
That's
what happened, it would get worse for me. There wasn't, well, this can't get any worse. No, yes, it can.
It can keep going down.
It can keep going all the way down until you feel like you're going to die.
Right.
And let me tell you, broken ribs feel like you're going to die.
Yeah, I bet. Especially when you're breathing every time that was supposed to.
Yeah, and you can feel it, but you're a kid and you don't realize, you know, like I was sitting there the other day. I was thinking about you because on my live, I'm like, I used to always tell myself I don't want all of my medical conditions to be brought out. Like I told you and V. And then one day I think it was yesterday on my live, I'm sitting there and my jaw dislocates. So I'm like, and so I grabbed the edge bone and I popped it right back in. And it, of course, is allowed, you know. And so then all of a sudden I'm like, man, I just did that on live YouTube. Like, oh my God.
It's there forever.
It's there forever. Like that's what my jaw sounds like to relocate. Yay. I don't have to pull it. I don't have to put my thumb in my mouth anymore. It's literally just in a certain spot.
I mean, you know, there's also some beauty in being okay and comfortable in our skin. Like, regardless of what it looks like to others, like, you're alive. That's amazing. You're killing already. That's it. Like, that's all you need to do.
Right? We're alive. We made it through and everything's like so much better. And now we're here talking about some of our experiences, good and bad, our, you know, like our moms, good and bad. And, you know, for me, it's like, I still don't know what it feels like to have that family be there for you. You know, like people talk about, you know, in the Sea Org, were they there for you? And I was like, you know, to be completely honest, no, my family was not there for me. And if they were there, it was bad. But my dad was never bad. Like he never hit me. He tried to spank me once, but I'm faster than him at running. At least I was back then. And I ran straight to AOLA when he tried to spank me. Like no,
not today.
Not today, Satan. I'm not getting it from both. Not today, Satan.
One is a plenty.
Yeah, so I bolted my little kid ass all the way back to AOLA and I went and hid underneath my mom's desk.
Oh.
Yep. Until my mom found me. That was the interesting.
I was gonna say you just like stayed there for a while, just like
I did. Because I didn't want A, security to find me, or B, my dad to find me. So I was like, I'm staying here. I'm staying right here. I will not move from this desk. And then my mom scooted her chair back and she's like, Elizabeth, what have you done? I'm like, nothing. Just sitting here.
Just waiting for you.
I just wanted to visit. You know, and then like 10 minutes later, she's like, you have committed an overt against me. You are not being honest. What is going on? And then all of a sudden I tell her and my mom be like, oh, how dare he? And I could only think of how dare he? He attempted and you do.
But maybe she thought it was her job to do that, or she was the disciplinary, or
she still considered it discipline. You know, even when I try to talk to her about it, I'll be like, you know what, hey, if we can just get past this, then we'll be fine. I just need you to own that it was not discipline. Like you took it further than discipline. Well, if you only knew what I got. And I'm like, I know for a fact you didn't get broken bones because you have not broken one bone in your body.
Yeah.
So I know.
It's so hard because in their head, that's what they really believe.
Yeah.
That is their reality. And that's one of the hardest things is, like I said, it's like when you get to a phase in life where you're parenting your parents, it's a weird freaking time because you're like, what the hell is this? And where am I? Before my mom passed, when she'd call and ask like really random questions and I'd have to like do the most basic. Did you eat today? Have you eaten yet? You haven't eaten? So then I'd sit there and have to like DoorDash her food because we're in different states. It's just like, ma'am, take care of yourself. But again, that's not something that was really taught in the healthy world.
No, everybody else before us.
Yeah. And it's hard because when people get out of that and they don't have something else or somebody else to like put as the main focus, what do they do?
Yeah, and that's my biggest fear with getting my dad out is
Yeah.
that so my dad would be coming out at age 73. Let's say we get him out in 2024. Okay.
Mhm.
That is the overall plan. And then we're all going to go out to dinner. I don't care if I'm
Mhm.
driving to every single state because I will take some time off of work and I will drive to every single state and, show my dad what it's like in the real world and not the box or the bubble that he is in.
Yeah.
And we will all have dinner and celebrate with everybody that helped us.
Yeah. I think that that's going to be a fun time. I know we talked about that in one of the lives like months ago. It's like, where would you take him? What would be the first places you would take him like to eat? To me, like that's what I think of food all the
The
time.
first place that I would honestly, because I know that this would be it, I'd take him to a breakfast place. Because again, he likes chicken fried steak. Like that's his favorite chicken fried steak, lunch or dinner or whatever. He loves that stuff. And
That's good.
so
My
I
kids
would
love
take
that stuff.
him, I would take him to a place that had like any place near me that has the best chicken fried steak that, one of those mom and pop hole in the wall places,
Yeah.
you're just like, there's a reason people wait for an hour in this line,
To get in, yeah. Yep.
you
That's
know,
good stuff. Right.
absolutely. And then, let him pick what he wanted to do. If he wanted to garden, we've got space. If he wanted to, do whatever he wanted to do, if he wanted to get his own place, we'll start looking for places and everything.
Yeah. I think it'd be such a weird transition to go live by himself though.
Right. And that's the hard part because I'm like, how would he live on his own? He's never even been in a room by himself.
Right. There's a lot of skills that I feel like could be hard to like it'd be a transition, obviously, but
yeah. Because in a comparison, if you think about it, in a comparison, Sandy Kins is in the chat. Sandy Kins is Sandy Yerkin Powers. I know you recognize that name, but that's what she changed her name to.
That's cute.
And Mr. Apostate Alex, Happy New Year, you too. So glad you joined YouTube and met you both. 2023 brought us together, and 2024 can bring up more. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. That's one of my highlights of this year.
Right? Because it's like a year ago, we weren't even on this path.
No, I would have never, if anybody's asked me, I would have been like, no, I'll watch it. I didn't even comment on videos.
I didn't either. When I was watching Aaron's, I did not comment. Like, even though everything he was saying was 1000% factual, I'm literally sitting there because
you're like, how does he know?
I am not James Bond when it comes to the internet or all of those skills. I literally put my name as what it is. Mm-hmm. Like I never even thought to make a name, an alias, or like make up a name or anything like that. So I was all scared that if I actually did type my name and say something, like all of a sudden I would have like OSA and security at my door, and I'm like, but I don't want any of the crap,
What was the first video that you commented on YouTube? Do you remember?
First video that I commented on?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Aaron's. I think I finally got the courage to cheer on for Aaron. And that was so hard for me because I literally thought, okay, any second someone's gonna realize it, someone's gonna know what's going on. I'm gonna lose what's left of the friends that I do have that are still under the radar, still Scientologists. And I did. I lost one dear friend when she found out I was going to psychiatrist. And we've been friends since I was 3 years old.
Oh,
we literally met when I was 3. So it was like such a stab to the gut that I was like, you can accept the gay, but you can't accept me going to a psychiatrist. Like, you're not going to catch it. I promise.
Rules. Yeah, it's not contagious.
Yeah, there's nothing about that that's contagious. Like, I promise. Not the gay, not the psychiatry. It's not catchable.
Yeah, they don't come to your door.
Yeah, they don't, unlike Scientology, they don't shove a pamphlet in your face either.
Oh my God, did you used to have those show up at your house? Because I used to tell them the most bizarre things when they would show up. So they would show up, and I was a teenager and I was pretty rebellious, and I got so tired of it if I answered the door. So finally, the one thing that I got out that they didn't have a rebuttal for was I was like, I like Satan. I worship Satan. And they just looked at me, and I looked at them, and I said, we good? And I just closed the door.
I see, and I was never that smart. I was literally like, I've done that course. Thank you. I've done that. I appreciate it.
See, I was not nice about it. I said, my parents knew that. I'm not.
Oh no, my mom would have killed me. Like the first time we got so again, I woke up when I was 40, as you know. And the first time we got a letter at the house, I was literally like, return to sender, evil cult. And then all of a sudden my mom was losing her mind. She's like, you are not sending this back. This is so in theta. And she just lost it, turned red. Like you thought she was going to snap and like she was going to pop a capillary.
She was not happy.
Yes, she's not happy.
She was not happy with it.
So, yes.
See, I used to do all kinds of cheeky shit like that. And I would just be like, that's not my thing. Sorry.
See, and that's where I wish there's a part of me that wishes I was a little bit more courageous like you, because then would I have woken up a little earlier?
Maybe, but maybe not, because if your parents were not going to be okay with that, see, if
I would have,
I might not have been so, not have been such a smart ass if I didn't have the leeway to kind of be me and be a kid.
Yep, I love this. Chow Yun Smut, the gay is not contagious. The only thing that's contagious is open-mindedness. Well, let's hope so, because, no, I'm just kidding, everybody. It is Liz, not contagious.
You've been rubbing off on me these last few months, I gotta say.
I did it. It doesn't even have to be air-to-air contact. It's literally just face-to-face contact.
It's just a few little conversations, and then boom, you just get a little bit more, a little something.
I feel my tender side. Sharon Gregg, hello. Happy New Year's Eve. Yes. Amanda Beaumont. Kia ora at Chow. Is that another language? Because I don't know if I'm getting it. Kia ora. That's got to be another language. Right?
I think it's above our
it's above my pay grade too. Yeah, remember everybody, I understand some languages, not all. Oh, look who also is in the chat.
Hey.
Leaving Scientology. Woo, Happy New Year. Lou. PTS for life.
Oh, hello, friend. I'm so happy to see you here. You was a cool dude. I really appreciate your videos. And your wife, can you give her a hug for me? She seems like such a dope girl. She just seems like sweet, caring.
She said that I'm not allowed to call her a pocket rocket anymore because that means something dirty in the outside world. I always thought that pocket rocket meant like that you were just a ball of energy.
No. I think that's a toy in your pocket, my friend.
Yeah, she had to sit me down and tell me about it. And I was like, what do you mean? No, that's a saying. Or it says, you're a little pocket rocket, and like you're a firecracker.
Okay, and firecracker. Like, say that.
I can say, but either which way, she had me correct that. Because I've been trying to help her smile for this, past week. And for some reason, so 2 of our dogs are lab mixes and over 100 pounds, like easily. And one of them's got to be at least 110 because she's a big girl. She's a big girl. Somehow we have 2 rows of the outside gates. So we have a chicken wire gate and like a metal fence blocking one side. And then, so it's basically a giant donut that they have to run in. And somehow they ended up in the middle. And I'm looking at Luna, so I'm taking pictures like, look, our big dog ended up in the middle. Like, let me go lift her out.
Oh, that's a workout.
It's a workout. It's a workout.
That's a lot of workouts.
That's like, who needs to go to the gym to lift a dog? Throw my back out. No, my back was okay on that one. I was just scared that I was going to.
Yeah, like throw it out or something like. Oof.
Right? I'm like lifting up 100 pounds and I'm like,
man, anything over
a bag of potatoes.
You sneeze wrong and you're like, I'm fucked for a week. Why?
Yeah, right?
Why?
Because that's what getting old is about.
Right. There's a few like golden years in there that you can like go to sleep late, wake up on time, still look like you're a functioning part of society, you know? And
Right.
then
It is
you
hard.
wake up one day and you're like, I'm old and achy. And I'm
Right?
cranky. And I'm cranky as shit. What the hell?
What the front door?
What
the
the
hell?
shit? Like, can I have a few more years of this, at least?
Right. And then if you tell someone, so let's say you hey Jane Doe, Liz, I don't know what that, tell me. Liz, I don't know that. Tell me. What did I miss?
I don't know.
I missed something.
We must have missed
okay. It was
Oh.
rolling on the floor. Yeah, the pocket rocket is definitely a small, portable, vibrating personal massager. Oh, oh, you know what?
Hey,
She's
yo.
a pocket rocket too.
Whoa. I mean, I would take that as a compliment. You know, I would just roll with it in an optimistic way. But that's just me, and I'm a little bit fucked.
Yeah. Like, I still tell vertical jokes because the only thing, like, I am fully aware that even though she is vertically challenged, her karate is like among the best. You know.
See, you got to be scrappy. If you're little, you got to be scrappy. Yeah, like if you're big,
and they're
you
like
just
like not even the knee kicker ones, like or the hair pullers, like.
Mm.
Oh goodness.
This could go off. This could veer off.
This could veer very easily.
You know, I'm thinking with the two of us, and
yeah, it could veer. It could veer
very easily. Very easily veering off.
Oh, we've got people blushing. Okay, hold on. I want to grab something real quick. I'm gonna see. I think I have PTS for life on. Hold on, because it's Jeff. Okay, that way, if he is available, we can have him come say hi.
Ooh.
Isn't this sexy? You know,
I think he's just the kindest person.
He is, and he is like the sweetest sound, like this, like his tone. Like, I know we've had to focus on tones as a kid, but it's like the way he delivers it. It's like he's just emphasizing it, and it's not that bullshit. Tone 40, tone 40. You know,
that's what I thought when you said that.
But I'm like, he you know, he delivers it with such heart and such passion that you don't think of our horrible childhood of tone 40 and, you know, authority. No, you think of honesty and integrity.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a kind soul.
Yes, and Lou is definitely he is definitely a good guy.
Yeah. That's been so much fun to meet all these people with similar experiences, but at different times, at different places. It's
that's
such a small world.
And you got to meet Aaron.
Yeah, he's cool as fuck. He's cool as fuck.
I did not know he was that tall.
He's that tall.
Like, he looked like a basketball player standing next to you.
Yeah. Well, I'm 5'2", so I'm a little one, you know.
You're on the vertically challenged side.
I'm little but feisty. Yeah. But he's very
all right. Yes. Thank you for the invite and kind words. I can't join your live right now, though. Mm-hmm. Love to you both. We'll love you too. I think I can do that. See?
You can do it.
I've got roly.
You can leave the heart as your pocket rocket now. You can redefine that.
I'm never going to be able to say that again. I'm like, literally, I think she was explaining it to me once, and I was like, I don't get it.
I'm glad. Battery is not included.
Like, oh God, yeah. Oh God. Oh, we've got Barb Tries. Happy New Year's from Durham, North Carolina.
Oh, hello, and Happy New Year's.
All right.
Do you have any fireworks going off yet, Liz? Where you're at?
No, not yet.
I do. So if you hear anything, don't be too alarmed.
Yeah, the dogs all got CBD stuff just in case. Okay, someone once said I shouldn't allow my now adult daughter around one of my close friends, because she's gay, might rub off on her.
Ooh.
With the front door. Yeah, that's I've had people do that where they're like, some people do act like it's contagious. And yeah, it's different. Mary H, Happy New Year's from Minnesota or Minnesota. Is that how it's said? Minnesota.
I don't know, but I like it, so I'll take it. I'll take your accent.
I don't know. I watched what is that TV show?
Was it at SNL?
Probably, but either which way it was.
Was it comedy?
Probably. I love comedies. I'm all about the whole folks with the slapstick. PTS for life. Liz, let's set up a live soon. Just you and I chattering. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, do it.
I know. Do it. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. I loved that song. The first song that got me expelled from school?
Yeah, no.
I got expelled from Pinewood Academy.
Oh.
So
I need to have notes.
So there was a song. It was boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to my room so we can do it all night and we can make it go right. I literally thought that song was about homework, but I was singing it on one of our camping trips. Or one of our outings. I think I was like 5 or 6, and I must have been 5. And so the tune was just stuck in my head, and I kept singing it. And then all of a sudden, one of the parents heard me, and then all of a sudden the principal pulled me aside, and she's like, well, this is unacceptable. I need to know what you were singing. So I sang it to her, again, thinking it was about homework. I'm 5. Like, I don't think it's about doing, I literally thought it was about doing homework.
No, ma'am. I mean, homework, sure, extracurricular activities.
Yeah, extracurricular, I know now. But back then, no, I really thought they were doing homework because I was like,
That's even more funny. That's
right.
So then I got expelled from Pinewood?
I got expelled from Pinewood Academy.
Wow. See, I got away with a lot of stuff, man. I don't know. You must have had the mean ones. Like Delphi.
I don't know. I probably had a mouth on me.
You probably did, but you were like so innocently like stepping into it, like, what? It's just a good song.
Right?
That's so funny. I got in trouble at Delphi for dancing.
Oh, were you dancing with a boy?
Too close to boys. I got in trouble at every dance though, not just Delphi. Delphi was funny because they, I think, pulled out a ruler and were like, you have to be this far apart. Something weird like that. And
my mom
in the classroom, so there was like no room anyway. I was definitely a delinquent for these poor sheltered kids because I came from public school and I had just come from Mojave, like my stint at Mojave, and I was like just babysitting a kid at Delphi, so I didn't go there, but I did go to the dances to try to teach these kids to dance.
You taught them how to wiggle?
I taught how. Yeah, I think it wasn't good for the. I mean, it was great, but
absolutely,
we got in some trouble. I just went to the bathroom for a while and came back later when it cooled down.
See, and mine was basically my mom went to Pinewood to get me reinstated. Something happened where they basically had to go back, and then I had to scrub floors for like a week, and I wasn't allowed to go on any outings. And I basically, I had to keep quiet, like talk to nobody.
Oh my gosh.
And then I think like a year later, I fully got expelled. Like fully with a piece of paper. They did a special trip home. Like there was like everybody else was still in class and I was being taken home by myself.
Wow.
And yeah.
And Liz, you're a little rebel. I never got kicked out of a school. And I tried. I sure did try.
You're like, I sure did try. I surely did.
Well, at Mojave, I really didn't like. It was in the middle of nowhere. So when I was there, I was like, "This is fucking bullshit."
Right.
And so I was thinking, well, I'm the only girl in my dorm, so I could run away and no one would know for a little bit of time because there's nobody there to rat me out. But like, I wasn't too sure where I'd be going. Because there's just like one highway, and there's not really much there, and it's just like some truckers that come through, and I was like, I might end up dead in the ditch. It might not work out better. So after I like ex-nayed that, I decided maybe if I just get kicked out of the school, then I would have to go back home.
Oh no.
Like,
It
no,
was
if
all
she
bad
had
when I got kicked out. My
So
mom
that's
was
what I was.
so
That's what I
mad.
was like trying to think. So I dated some guy just to get kicked out of school because that was against the rules. You could not date. You couldn't watch TV. You couldn't have sugar. You couldn't listen to the radio. No video game. Like the list went on and on. It was wild.
Yeah, yeah.
But
With
no
my
dating was a big one.
yeah, which always cracked me up because Sasha Obolinski, which is the younger brother of Serge Obolinski. I almost said Yuri, but yes, it was Yuri's younger brother too. We had done this little we're gonna get married kind of thing when we were super young. I think we were like 7. That we were gonna get married and live happily ever after. But I had no idea that meant like anything other than he's my boyfriend and he's my boy that's a friend.
No.
No, and then all of a sudden it was like, one day when we're married, we'll have kids, and I'm like, I don't want to plan that right now.
I'm 7. Actually, like 3 more years.
Like, we're not supposed to get married until we're at least 16.
See, isn't that wild? I remember hearing about kids that were 14, 15, 16 getting engaged because they were going to go to New York and they wanted to do that. And I remember being like, I'm just trying to get back into school.
Right?
I don't want to get married.
Now I go back and I think about it and I'm like, man, 16 is not an age to get married. I'm like, why did I think 16 was a good age to get married? Like that makes no sense.
That was your options in that world. That was the options.
Okay.
And you got better housing. Better.
Ning Mi Ho Tao Yu is Happy New Year. Okay. I'm going to be very careful with. I'm not trying to pronounce that. Nope, I would butcher it and say a bad word.
Yeah.
The power that lies to paralyze. Best live all day. I love music, but I can't remember a band's name. I love music, but I could not tell you a band's name for the life of me. Except there's a couple of Beatles songs that are in my wheelhouse of singing that I'll karaoke. Adele, Pink, all the hot ones.
All the hot ones. Yeah.
All the hot ones.
That's how I would listen to music.
Right? Because I want to see them swinging around on ropes and stuff.
I mean, Pink is pretty acrobatic and pretty talented.
Right? Like she's singing while she's being thrown around a stage, and I'm sitting there like, don't crash.
Yeah, I know.
And she doesn't even miss a tune.
No, she's a powerhouse. I love that she's so herself. I remember singing her first song when I was in Mojave. That's how long ago. Like, there was only a few teachers that would put on the radio, but it was one of her first songs, and we would listen to it. And none of the kids knew who she was because they weren't allowed to listen to any music, and most of them had been there for years when I came. So I was just this little degenerate, like this little degraded kid from public school coming in.
Right. Because you had got to experience public school, and those of us that were in like Scientology schools our whole life, it was like they were year round.
Yeah.
They were year round.
Yeah. And
it worked out really well for the Sewer kids.
Well, yeah, they lived there, right? So they were there for years on end. Some of the kids when I got there, and I was just like, it's really sad. You guys are only like 10, 11, 12, and you've been here for a year, 2 years. Like,
absolutely
bums me out as a mommy now. I'm just like, no thanks.
Yeah, and even as a stepmom, another mom, I'm like, oh my God, when I was your age, I was already in the Sea Org.
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
And then in 10 years, like you're gonna be where I was at this point, and I'm like, oh my God, you're growing up. Oh my God. Yeah. So it's like, and the idea that anything, like I still see a kid, like, you remember when you were a kid? So when you were like 17, 18, I would be like, I'm an adult. I have my own job.
Right. I
had my own bunk bed.
Your own bunk bed.
I got to be in a room.
I got my own bunk bed, bitch.
Right? I got a drawer and a dresser. But you know, now I'm like, oh my goodness, like one of my friend's kids is 25. And I still say kid because this
I do.
person is much older. And I'm like, okay, they're never leaving the house at 25. You still are a kid. You're a kid. You'd be a kid, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And
I still say
you
that
know,
too. I say anybody that's younger than me, I always say kid. Even my younger siblings, I'll refer to them as kid. We're all 30 and up, but
yes.
I don't know.
Yes. And yes, type the word question or comment at the beginning so Liz can see them easier. Yes, because remember, everybody, I am blind as a bat, and I don't know how her vision is. I don't remember ever seeing you in glasses.
No, I wore them in high school for a second. I had a phase.
You had I had a phase. Well, I had really bad vision, and I was okay with wearing my glasses.
I just really liked the look. I mean, I couldn't see from very far back, but really it was just the look. I still have them. They're just sitting around. I put them on. My kids were laughing at me. I was like, "You're a bunch of shits." You know that? You know, screw all of you. Screw all of you.
I didn't know that people wore. Okay, so this got me maybe a couple months ago. I didn't know some people wear glasses that are fake glasses. They're just glass for the look of the nerd. And I'm like, but some of us are real nerds. You're like just being a pretend nerd.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I kind of was a little hybrid. Like I could see, but I needed a little extra help. And I also just wanted glasses. I don't know. It's a little phase in high school. I still have the glasses, and I was like super blonde hair and glasses in Florida.
And I did not have the glasses. I was all about this. Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm fine, teacher. Oh, I'll sit in the front row.
See, I tried very hard in school because I was not the smartest, but I wanted to be in school. So I was trying to get my C's just to pass.
You know, when I first went to public school, like my first time, it was so, I was so grateful I got private tutoring because I did not realize how dumb I was. You know, I literally, when we left, when my mom left the Sea Org, I thought I was a smart kid. Like, my vocabulary was good. I knew how to look words up. And then you get to the public schools and I'm like,
yeah, no.
What do you mean special ed? Like, I thought I was smart. And they're like, well, until you get your reading up. And
reality gets too fast. I was an ESL in elementary school. English is not my second language.
and that's the hard part for us because it actually is. Because our first language is Scientology's.
And, you know, I wasn't even really great with that either. So I was just like.
I was really good with the bad words.
But it did
I was
help
really
me.
good with bad words.
Oh, me too. I was cursing at like 3.
Yeah. Like.
Not that it's a good thing, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't let your kids do it either because we thought we were adults because we could say, you know, we could say the word fuck when we'd be like, oh, fuck, these eggs aren't good. Fuck, it's eggs again. You know, and it was literally like a descriptive word of everything.
Yeah, you can just place it anywhere you need.
Anywhere. You throw it anywhere. Like stub your toe. Fuck. You know, everything just led to that word. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it was like you say it in public school and they're like, you know, but our parents are looking at it like, no big deal. Calm down. It's just a word.
Yeah, it is kind of weird that cursing was in Scientology not necessarily a huge deal, but some people were really not okay with it. Like some people still aren't. Like my parents were not really cursers, but we lived in a house with other people because they rented out rooms. So I was around all kinds of adults. And apparently one of the words I picked up was MF. So I would be out in my front yard in LA and I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, not good. Not good to be telling the gangbangers that like, F you, or like a homeless person. Like it's not good. And so my grandparents like were visited and they heard me say that and they freaked out because like obviously it's a 3-year-old. Like that's not appropriate. But I talked to my grandfather about it like years later when I was getting married and he's like, one of my friends cursed in front of him and I was like, don't curse in front of my grandfather. Don't do that. Right? Like I have this whole weird respect thing and I'm like, don't do that. And My husband's like, it's okay. He was cursing too. And I was like, is it? Is it though? And then my grandfather told me the story. He goes, anytime me and your grandmother would have like a really like hard time in life, or we'd be like bickering or arguing, he goes, we just bring up like you when you were 3, hey, you little motherfuckers. And like they would say that just to defuse the situation. They'd both go laugh and be fine. And I'm like, I'm glad I could be part of your comic relief, you know? Because obviously it was something that scared the bejesus out of them.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it definitely, it was definitely a dose of reality when they didn't cuss, and then trying to learn how to stop cussing.
It's hard.
That was hard.
Right.
And then
did you ever stop completely cussing? Like, did you?
Oh yeah, I did. I never cussed around my Nana. Like after she washed my mouth out with soap once, that was it.
That's not a fun time.
That was not a sexy time. That Dove soap did not taste good, or whatever soap it was, that white bar.
Yeah, it's not good.
And it takes like
out of your mouth for a while.
Right. And it's like on your teeth for days, no matter how many times you brush your teeth, you're like,
and you don't want to
still
eat
taste it.
Taste great. Yeah, I have that ones too. I did have that ones too. But I prefer cursing too. That's really funny. I did when I was pregnant with my daughter, because I was like, there is no way she's going to be cursing when she is 3. And she didn't curse when she was 3. So I was good for a while. Now I'm just a shitbag. I'm back on it. I can't not. But you know what? They're teenagers now. So like, they're learning it from their friends and at school.
So. Hey, trust me, some of the things that the kids have come back saying like that they've learned, I'm like,
what?
Excuse me? Who taught you what?
Who said that?
Yeah, right. Can you point out the mom?
Who said that?
Or can you please point out the daddy, please? Like, we're going to have a conversation, Like, I can't tell you how many of my friends' kids came up to me and they were like, guess what I learned in school? And I'm like, what'd you learn? And then Oh, I just saw Joni Cummings is in the chat. Hey, beautiful. Hey, beautiful to you. But my friends would come up like, because I've always been like the auntie to most of my friends' kids. And one friend had named me said, hey, you could be the godmother, blah, 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 blah. And I was sitting there like, perfect. We'd hang out all the time. I'd spoil the crap out of her. Everything was good. And one day she's like, yeah, guess what I learned in school? And it was some dirty sexual position. And I'm like,
you're like, who said that?
Who told you that? You want to point him out? Just give him a little over there kind of thing. Just do that. We got a question. All right, Jamie Palmer. Liz, or comment, my parents would go crazy if they knew all the shit I learned in school that wasn't approved by the Board of Education.
That's true. The Board of Fuckery, yes. The Board of Education, no.
No. There was so much that was not approved by the, but then for some reason I didn't learn like so much about a cult. It's like they'd had it ingrained, like not to look up this word, and and I was dead set against, we're not a cult. We're not a cult. And then all of a sudden I really get into it in the future. And I'm like,
I can't really refute some of this stuff.
Yeah, all this shit's true. It's like there's a checklist. Are you a cult? Say you're a cult if you're living 6 women to 1 room. Say you're a cult if you get up at the exact same time every single day and go to bed at the exact same time every single day.
You're like, I don't want to answer anymore. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, and you only listen to the gospel of the founder. Check. Oh, you only follow the gospel of the rules. Check. I'm like, that was just not a fun checklist. Like, because I had a therapist. I loved my therapist. I don't, and I recommend therapy to everyone because, just like you and I were talking earlier, I don't plan on being in therapy for the rest of my life. I plan on being in therapy to continue getting the tools. And then with those tools, use them for my future. But at the same time, it's literally like when I had to sit down and do a pros and cons of Scientology and what I learned as a kid and what I didn't learn, it felt like a kick to the teeth.
Yeah.
And thank God they're not real teeth. Just saying.
You're like, it's just not fun. The
No.
guys are not fun.
But so
But
to go
it's
ahead.
such a strange. No, it's just a strange thing because you're not supposed to look up anything that's anti-Scientology or in theta. So it's like, in what healthy relationship, organization, religion are you not allowed to look up anything?
Right?
I mean, anybody or any place that wants to have that much control over you, real suspect at best. At best, at best.
Yes. Because think about it. How many times did, we're going to knock on wood that nobody passes away this year. No more Golden Girls die. Oh, wait, they've all died. Because that just got me in the heart. But let's say like someone's passing. You know how many times I would justify that and be like, well, they're just heading to their new body. They're heading to their new suitcase.
Oh. Mm.
And then now I'm like, no, they gone. Like Gone with the Wind. Like Fiddler on the Roof. Like,
yeah.
But I remember Die Hard thinking in reincarnation, like they're going to come back as whatever they wanted.
But I mean, even if that's true, I still think it diminishes everything that anybody did in this life.
In that one life, yeah.
Because like it's just, I don't know. That was something, and that is still something that I have a hard time with. My mom's been gone for going on a little over 2 years. Yeah. So, and there's people that still think she's like alive, and I'm like, what?
Like she was already born into a new body.
No. They just don't even know she passed away at all. Like there's people that just don't even know she passed away at all. Like I find that strange, but it's because you don't talk about anything that's not theta, and like.
Yeah, that's anything that's negative. You just don't talk about. Don't bring someone down.
Yeah, and it was really weird because she didn't want to even talk about her diagnosis, and I was like, if you're not gonna make it, I think you deserve you should tell people. What if they want to say something to you?
Right. That's why I was always glad that my family did what's called celebration of life.
Mm-hmm.
They always did that. And, but I shouldn't call it a celebration of life because it was more of a celebration of life getting drunk in that family. Like it would be a chase to who could get drunk first. Because, and for some reason in the Spanish side, when you're having a celebration of life, you have to provide the booze. Because that is what is required at a celebration of life, or at least in my family it was. And so then when we're trying to have good memories of this person, my family would be like, yeah, I remember this time when hold on, I gotta go to the bathroom. Oh, that used to kill me so bad. And I just want some much better, happier memories, man.
Yeah. And now you're in charge. Like now you're driving your own car. You get to pick where you go, how fast you go, what's on the radio. You get to pick every little detail. Like that's really empowering to me.
Yeah, and we get to tell it to people of our choosing. Literally, if we want to tell our story of what we've been through on YouTube, we're there. And then we we also get to offer space for those that are taking time and space for us. Right. And so, as we were talking about earlier, we still have that real good exchange.
It's a little fun.
It's that exchange button that we still carry with us. Like it is strong.
It's weird is I don't carry it with me in many things, but in friendships, I'm very much like I don't want it to be one-sided. But that's because that's something I've had to work on. Because if you're a giver, sometimes you don't realize, and then you can be upset that did I give too much? And they weren't ever, So I've been trying to that way I'm just not upset at the end, or it's a trait that I saw, right? And so I know that I'm prone to doing it as well. So I'm trying to be mindful of that. And it's just it's a hard thing because I'm like, is that also wrapped up in our upbringing?
Yeah, it does create challenges where we have to limit, hold on one second. Chow Young Smut comment, Liz, I rewrote a song Downtown by Petula Clark and said, "Don't be downtown."
That's really good.
Well, rewrote the first part anyway. If you'd like, I will sing it for you. I feel brave tonight.
That's good.
Nice.
Oh
I'm
my
excited
gosh.
for that. If you want to sing it on for everybody, I can send you a link.
That is
Trust and
actually
believe.
amazing. I will say that's been part of the fun thing for me is I just like to laugh at all the ridiculousness of it all. I mean, yes, it
Right?
is. Some of it is really heavy. Don't get me wrong, and I probably shouldn't be laughing at some of the stuff, but it does help me to cope by making jokes along the way. Like this is so absolutely asinine. Like what? What?
Right?
It's just
Now
it's
that
it's
it blows
good.
my mind the stuff that we believed, and I believed hard.
Did
Like
you?
I did. I
Mm.
really, up until I was 40, I literally believed that I didn't think the cans worked because I knew that I had faked the cans.
Mhm.
You know, like I thought of a happy memory when I was being checked for hours so that they would not catch me on the gay question.
Mm.
Like,
Right.
dude, I thought of everything, including like naked girls, just so I could get that to float. Like, as horrible as that sounds, like I
That's
knew I was like,
brilliant.
they can't catch me. Oh, there it is. And then all of a sudden they'd be
I
like,
love
oh,
that. I love that.
beautiful.
You're like they can't know I'm gay, but let's think of
Right?
girls.
They can't know. They can't know
Think of some
anything.
hot girls. Like
Yeah.
yes.
And so then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, but the study part worked. So the student hat that helped me become a better student. Like I am such an amazing student. I got such good grades. Like the student hat must have done it for me. All the word clearing I did, and
Oh, you were really buying it. See, I thought the opposite. I was always like, this is some bullshit.
yeah, I
This is
hook,
some
lined, and bought it. Like,
marketing.
oh, we have Super Pup here right on time. Happy Eve this New Year's. Super Pup. It's nice to see you, Super Pup. I know we saw Amanda Beaumont. Kay is in the house. And just in case, Artsy Tartsy Keyboard Warrior. Just because I want to make sure I say hi to people. Because I'm really bad at saying hi to people. I get started talking and I'll go off on a tangent for hours.
Just
and I don't know
talking.
if you're like that, but it's
We
almost like
we can veer off real quick. Real
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at where Pocket Rocket went.
I actually kind of like that, to be honest. Like, I think stuff like that it's got character now. So it's a cute little.
Because think of how many times okay, so not to go into the sexual, let me bring the mic a little closer. If we're going to talk sexy, like we got to be in the mood.
Just don't start moving the mic around, okay? We don't want any of that. All right. It's not late enough.
So when we were kids, talking about sex was totally a no. Even when you were an adult, no. It was called heavy petting. You know,
no petting.
Yeah, it was no. Yeah, it was all
no
about
petting.
No petty,
no petting at the zoo. No petting at the zoo.
And now as an adult, I'm like, the first time I went into a dirty shop, and I'll call it a dirty shop, because that's what I called it the first time I went into it. I was like, oh, this is a dirty shop.
This is a naughty place.
Oh my God, look at that. It's so big. Who think you, that looks like it hurts. You know, that was me, like with everything. I was literally like, and then it was like, there's one position, it's missionary. No, you got to read the Kama Sutra. So then I read the Kama Sutra, and I'm like, oh man, how do you get that? I'm gonna throw my shoulder out. You know, and then they have the other ones and all these different things. And I was like, but that's not missionary. Like, there's all sorts of, don't pet the beaver. Don't pet the beaver.
Especially not if you're a girl, because that's
right.
At 2 levels.
Girls can't touch girls' beavers. No.
You know, I'm looking at stuff I should have done as an adult now to get in more trouble. Because honestly, like if I was already a troublemaker, like what does it matter? And honestly, I would have been better off trying to get kicked out of Mojave by like dating a girl. I don't know if I would have got anybody there to date me. I think all the Kroll girls left when I got
Yeah, it's possible because like if I'd have known that there was
But I
another
would
person,
have.
the
It would have
gay,
been. It would have been hilarious. Because how would they have handled me? You can't handle me.
if someone had told me when I was young, it's okay to be the gay. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Are you looking at your boobies? No, she's looking at her shirt. Must be her shirt.
Hold on, gotta make sure I don't indecently expose people to some tatas. Let's just ignore that I just almost knocked myself out. So
Nice. You've got the shirt on.
I've got the gay shirt on.
Love.
And I can't wait to wear it in public because I'm going to be like, it's
Just
the
like,
gay.
Just
It's-
floss that around. Yeah.
It's the gay. Don't you know it's contagious? It's the gay.
If anybody looks at your shirt, you should say that.
I know. I have said it. I've said it at the
Oh.
grocery store. And I had one teller at the grocery store laughing so hard he had to go on break because I fake sneezed. I'm all, oh God, everybody around me got to gay. I'm so sorry. Better say goodbye to your husbands and your wives. Got to gay. You know,
Liz, I think we have to go pull some pranks because this is what I used to do as a teenager, just so you know. Me and some other degenerates would go to the Glendale Galleria and pull pranks. And that's what we did because that was fun. Not that I should have been doing it, but I love pranks. Like I would do it and it was totally inappropriate, probably. You know, like we'd all go in a group and do stupid shit. Like I'd wear a tank top and I'd pull it down so just my bra was showing, and I'd walk up to some random dude and I'd ask him for the time to see if they would ever look at me, and they never would. They would just go like this, and the group of guys I was with would be behind me just dying laughing. Don't do this.
I remember so before I joined the Sea Org, so the day that I went to meet my dad at the 4th of July event on L. Ron Hubbard Boulevard, given 16, going on, actually I was 17. So I was 17. And at that time, my family thought I was bi. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'd had that talk, I like the tacos and the burritos talk.
Yeah.
And
it's a buffet.
So I had this spaghetti strap t-shirt with my gazabas, and I was obviously much smaller. And so they're like, you can't wear stuff like that though. Like in the Sea Org, you cannot wear stuff like that. Like that is inappropriate to wear. It's 105 degrees in Los Angeles, sir.
My tootsies need to breathe. Okay,
Yeah.
they
If
sweat
you've
too.
carried these 30-pound bags on each side of your body, I promise you would be letting them breathe all the time.
Are you trying to say that they don't deserve to breathe? Huh? Are they not a piece of me? Do they not deserve the air that we breathe?
Right? They are not out 2D. Whoever's staring is out 2D.
Well, that's what I would always say. And I honestly got in a lot of trouble at Mojave. Mainly.
Oh my God, yeah.
Mainly Mojave because everything was bad. And when
I got in trouble for 2D flowing people, I was seriously like it was always the one that just creeped me out because I was like, why am I getting 2D flowing to someone? First of all, I'm the gay. Like I'm not the kind, I'm the gay. Like I didn't want nobody. Like no matter what, I was getting kicked out of the Sea Org because eventually I was going to be like, no, like I gave up being the gay so that I could be a Sea Org member.
Yeah,
you can't be a practicing gay.
For so long. Yeah.
Yeah, you can only hold out for so long before they start accusing you of being the gay if you're not with the husband.
Yeah, yeah.
So yes, I knew eventually I would get kicked out because there's only so long that you can pretend to be straight and be like, oh my God, like you're just, oh my God, you guys, you know, he's just so sexy. Like
he's kind of dreamy. He's going up on his bridge too. Wow.
Yeah, he's
what a catch.
So far on the bridge. So far. Just he's deep in that bridge.
I want him to get deep in my bridge too.
Yeah.
Maybe we can be OT together.
We'll be OT together on the bridge. And we'll be good students. Yeah.
But no, I'm the good student path. I was always on the bad student path.
I was on the good student side. I literally was all about trying to be like the best student I could be because, you know, I'd been to the hospital so many times, even as like when by the time I was 17, I had already been in the hospital so many times with broken bones that I knew that I wanted to be an ER doctor. And so my goal had originally been, I wasn't going to join the Sea Org. I was going to be an ER doctor for children. And then, you know, I go to the Sea Org instead, like, woohoo!
You went full
I'm
in.
going to save the planet.
Yeah.
And then, you know, go from there to, oh, someone says, RV there yet? Okay, Liz, your girly girl impression, just saying. Terribly girly girl impression. Yeah, I'm not very girly girl. Like, I'm not. Even when I was trying to be, like, I'd be like, oh my God, like, you're so cute. Like, I would just imitate my friends, and my friends would always be like, oh my God, isn't he dreamy? He's so cute. And I would be like, he plays basketball, okay? You
It's
know,
kind
like,
of short.
like,
Whatever.
he doesn't play baseball.
He
doesn't play hockey.
He's just not all that, or a bag of chips. So
no, but then I'd see a girl volleyball player, and I'm like, yeah.
Hey yo.
Yeah, that was my favorite part about high school. Until they made, like, I was playing sports was my favorite part of high school. Until they started wearing us
girls volleyball.
Yeah, I loved girls volleyball because, you know, until our shorts started getting smaller and smaller, and I'm like, if I sneeze, my vajayjay is gonna fall out.
Oh, you don't want our lips flying out. Flying out.
But those shorts just kept getting smaller and smaller, and I'm like, and now I look at the shorts and I'm like, there ain't no way I'm wearing shorts that could show my cooter if I dive.
See, the good thing is, like, I think a good rule of thumb for me anyway is now, not when I was younger, but now, I prefer if I'm gonna wear shorts, they be just a little bit longer than my vajay, right?
Right.
Like vajay is flapping around. It's just, you know, it's just not. Yeah. It's just not.
It's not sexy. There is nothing sexy about the vajay flapping around. Like,
yeah, and I still see all the young girls doing it now, and I'm like, your butt cheeks, like, you know, when they walk and you can see the little butt cheeks. I'm like, baby, I mean, I was that kid, so I can't be in that. Like, I can't really talk so much shit. Like, I look at my pictures, I'm like, oh god.
Oh my god! Like 8th grade, I was the person that was wearing underwear and men's boxers out in public. That was me in 8th grade.
Me too, and I would wear.
I thought they were the most comfortable.
So you could see them because that was a whole thing.
Yeah, that was a thing. It was very important for you to have a white t-shirt or tank top and a pair of boxer shorts.
The 90s were
the striped ones.
I had a light blue, like Tommy Hilfiger one, so you could see the stripe that said Tommy Hilfiger. You know?
Yeah, it was all about, you know, the 90s. You gotta love it.
It was such a time to be a kid. I would say there was a lot of fun in that because we were out and about and you couldn't track us. We were just little gremlins on the loose and causing chaos wherever we went, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Really. It was literally about chaos.
Yeah.
And I think
we were agents of chaos.
Yes, but I think that's what's so nice about going over our past is the more we go over it, or at least for me, the more I go over it and I go through it, the more I'm like, you know what, even though it was really bad, I made it. So there's no reason for me to hold on to it. Once I get it out and I've said it, then I don't need to keep rehashing it. But obviously, if I'm still rehashing it, there's something I'm missing in the story, like some detail that is in there that I'm missing. And as soon as I get to that detail, I'll never have to deal with it again.
That's true. Also, when you get to a certain age, reminiscing about your childhood is just like, I don't know, it just is like a thing. It's like,
I don't know.
I was a kid. You know, then you become that person that when you were a kid, someone would tell it to you. And you'd be like,
I think we are those people.
Yes, we
are those people because think about it. My Nana or my grandma Eloise, which was my dad's mom. So when I got to officially meet her, supposedly I'd met her twice when I was a kid. I know of one time, but before I was born does not count. So she used to tell me when she was a nurse in Pearl Harbor, like what she'd seen and what she'd gone through and what happened to her friends. And she would tell me, you know, what my grandfather had seen, the stories that they'd go through. And I'd be like, they're so detailed. And I'm like, okay, please don't let my memory be like that, where I remember every horrid detail, you know, and it's, you know, I'm not as old as her, but I definitely tell stories like her. So we now that person.
Yeah, we've reached that age. But again, that's a milestone that we are here. I look at it
Mhm.
like that's how I look at it. We're here and we are making it. We made it through, and we're making our own life.
We're here, and I'm queer. Get used to it.
And that's fine with me.
Hmm.
Totally
I'm okay with you being married
Yeah.
for right now.
For now. But it's rubbing off more and more.
Yeah, it's the gay, everybody.
Every second that I talk to her, I just feel a little bit of a
Little bit more tingly gay. We need a security tool. Tip 45. What seems to be going on? Because you can always say the word pineapple if something's happening. Okay, Chow Young Smut says, send the link, Liz. I'll come for a few minutes and sing you a song. You want to hear a song?
Yeah.
You have time for a song?
I have time for a song.
You have time
I think I always have time for a song because that's where I live mentally, guys. Time for songs. There's always time for some songs. There's always time for some nonsense and some songs.
I know, because I'll bust out in singing any day.
See, I can't sing, so I won't put you through that, but I do make up some songs in my head. So if we have someone that actually knows how to sing, even better.
Heck yeah.
Even better for us.
Okay, Chow, send me an email real quick so that I can send it to you at saybobferris@gmail.com. If you are still in the chat, Miss Chow, please, definitely. We're all about having a
little sing along, a little karaoke.
Yeah, a little karaoke.
Little
did you ever go to camp? Any of the Scientology camps?
I mean, just Mojave, but that was school.
Did you ever go to camps as like a person out of Scientology?
I did like our YMCA had Indian guides, which was like kind of like Girl Scouts-esque. I mean, they've obviously changed the name because it's not appropriate, but I did that. So we did kind of like that. And I was in Girl Scouts for a hot second. So
I was in Girl Scouts, but I got kicked out for eating a brownie. I'm just kidding, everybody. Just kidding.
It's okay. I only did it because I wanted to sell the cookies. And then after we did the Girl Scout cookie selling, I was like, okay, that's good. I'm out. So that's about how much I was dedicated, It was okay. But it was extra homework. So, I didn't really want extra work. I already was trying to get my normal schoolwork done.
Okay. All right. Hold on, I'm almost there. I'm having to type it because we're doing it this way instead of, I don't know why I didn't just do it on the keyboard.
Oh, because you probably didn't want it to make all the noise.
True.
You're being respectful.
I'm all click, click,
ears.
click, click.
But yeah, I go camping now as an adult though, so that counts for something. But it's not Scientology camping at all.
So the first time I went to camp that was not Scientology camp, it cracked me up because we were supposed to sit around a fire, and all I kept thinking of is literally like the camp songs that they would teach us, and I remember sitting there going like, "Oh, that's a camp song? Like what's a camp song?" And it'd be like, "I said a boom, chicka boom. I said a boom, chicka boom. I said a boom, chicka mop, chicka broom. Oh yeah. One more time, janitor style." Literally like the fact that I remember that, and I haven't been at camp since I was like 12. That song is ingrained in my head.
Forever, ever. I mean, that's good though. At least you had some fun.
Oh, you ready? Here we go, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. We got Alicia looking her sexy self.
I'm wearing a sweater, my friend. I'm wearing a sweater because I have a cold. You rock that. I like it.
I know, and I got like frizz all over my hair. Yeah, my hair is out of control.
I'm
about to go to a faux hawk.
No, mine too. I'm all about the little tiny clips because it's tremendous.
I used to put clips just to hold my bangs back. And if I'm just doing this to throughout my day, then it's time for it to go.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the frizz is out of control, but I'm in northern Minnesota. So if I cut it short the way I want it, then
It'd be
I'll
cold,
freeze
huh?
my
Yeah.
freeze my ass off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never gonna bick my head again. I don't have like those weird. Let me move this so it's not directly in my face anymore.
It's not sexy talk right now.
It's not sexy time. But I bicked my head once because I had to go through a treatment that I was losing my hair in like weird patches. And so I was like, you know what? Screw this. I can do this. And I told my barber, I was like, go ahead and bick it. Go ahead. And that was the most, like, your head itches all the time. Your head gets so cold all the time.
Legit.
I don't know how bald people do it.
I lived in LA for 5 years, and the first year that I was there was the first summer I was there was a really gnarly heat wave. For LA, it's bad when LA people are saying it's a heat wave. And so I decided to get myself some built-in air conditioning and gave myself a mohawk.
I've done the mohawk.
Dyed the hawk bright pink and black and bicked the sides, and it was natural air conditioning for my head. That doesn't go over real well here on the frozen ice planet of Hoth. So
hey, it wouldn't go well like half the places I would, except my work. My work would be okay with it. My boss would be like, you're fine.
Yeah, my boss was totally chill with it. It was great. It was awesome. But I came back here because life is messy, and I had to come back here for a couple of weeks. And all the nice little old ladies working at the Walgreens in the middle of the night are looking at me and giving me the Minnesota version of "You're an absolute freak." That body snatchers. And they say, "Oh, aren't you different?"
Oh,
yeah, I get you look a little different. Like, you don't belong in the ladies' room. Like, I can show you I do.
Yeah. Do you need proof?
I'm like, you know how many times I flash people and I'm just like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, Liz, I like that about you. I'm a flasher too.
I am because I've had so many people threaten to throw me out of a bathroom. Like, I will throw you out of the bathroom on your, on your face. And I'm like, I am not a small person. I'm not small. I am also not the one for you to say this to.
Yeah. These things are not just gynecomastia. Okay. These are actual real.
Yeah.
These are
I don't have male titties. Aren't they called schmooze? Schmitz? Schmoobs? Yeah. It's something like that. Yeah. Moobs. Male boobs. Moobs. Moobs. That's what it is.
I got the moobs like Jagga. But anyway, the song, which is why I'm here.
Okay.
Somebody in one of Doug's chats, one of his last chats before he left us, had said that he should rewrite Petula Clark's Downtown to be Downtown.
Okay.
Doug doesn't do parody songs. I'm like, who do they think he is? Kelly Copter? She is the one that does the parody songs.
Very true. She does very good parody songs. And she likes to like have her glasses and like
the hat and the whole nine, the lipstick on point, the just everything.
I bet you Alicia can sing.
She doesn't know.
I'm betting money. I'm thinking, Purple Groovy 69.
Oh,
hey,
Purple
Zenu,
Groovy.
everyone.
Hey, girl.
Amber Vanessa in the house. Susan P. No Talk Tony. It is so nice to see you, Purple Groovy. I have missed you. I have missed you very much. Okay, so we ready for this song?
So,
okay.
I need to preface this
with your best shot.
I only got the first verse and the chorus. I'm a never in. So I'm going to write the rest of it, but I have to do more research on the tone scale because I want to come correct.
Okay.
I don't want to sound like an ignorant asshole. So
ignorant.
All right. So this is what I've got. There is a place where you can always go when your TRs aren't in. Downtown, when you're a gay and want to make your way, but there's a cult you're in. Downtown, so listen to Lafayette and the bullshit that he's written will help you with your BTs and you'll get you some cognitions, and you'll try to go up the bridge, but then get busted back to liability conditions. Downtown, do you have mad withholds? Downtown, Miss Gavage wants to know. Downtown, auditing's waiting for you.
For you. That's
actually
amazing.
really good. I like
really
that.
Good.
This is when
Really
Kelly.
good.
We definitely need you and Kelly Copter to hook up and do something. Have like some kind of video on there because that would
That's
be amazing.
I would be
'Cause I
happy to
love that.
collab with her. Like I said, I have to do more. I wrote the rest of it, but it went a little too. It was more RPF-y than
Okay.
actual down tony. So I need to do more research on the tone scale so I can write it properly and not sound like a douchebag. So
You don't sound like a douchebag,
It
I
sounded
promise.
amazing.
Because the only way you'll sound like a douchebag is tone 40, man. Tone 40. If I have anyone say that to me ever again, I'm literally gonna be like, shit.
I think I'm
But you
probably
can't even
gonna
help it.
wind up throwing something in there about yelling at ashtrays. At some
Yeah. And don't forget clay models.
Yeah,
Because we do a lot of clay modeling.
Yeah.
well, but
clay.
does
promise.
that have to do with the tone scale though?
Yeah, you have to clay model the tone scale.
You have to see. Yeah, you have to make
Oh.
a clay model of it. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
Yeah, like
See,
it
this
was
is
no
good
joke.
information
And
for me.
it was literally it from bottom to body depth, you had to literally put a clay body on the table and go
It's dead, and
with
here's
the X's and the eyes so
Oh my
that you
God.
knew that they were dead. Yeah, it was a lot, you know. You
Yeah.
definitely got to drill the TRs many a times, and then you got to hear your parent go, "I need you to get your TRs in. Your TRs are out.
Yeah.
Get your TRs in. Do we need to do an assist?"
Is that Dev T?
Yeah, that's definitely on my lines.
I like DevT. That's a word I'm like kind of okay with. It's just kind of it's kind of funny. It sounds like a word, but it sounds like a noise. It sounds like, it's, I don't know, it's got a nice little something to it. And you know what?
How many times have we used the word derogatory? Like I still use that.
Yeah. That's a normal word too.
That's not
That's
exclusive
not a
to
common one.
Scientology.
Yeah,
but it's
I mean, all the time.
Derogatory is a normal word. There's a lot of normal words that he just took and perverted into his own little screwed up, his own little meaning of.
Yeah, because where else would you learn that you're just a suitcase?
Or a clam.
Yeah.
I mean, clams everywhere should be very upset. Clams against humans.
That is very rude for the clam.
Yeah.
For little clams.
Be nice to the clams.
Like, what did they do?
Show a little love.
What did they do?
Show a little love and dignity. Yep.
I know. He was just not nice to the sea life.
Right?
He really wasn't. I mean, look how Reese is all screwed up. She won't go on the ocean now because she was told by her dad that she was an ice cube floating in the ocean.
That's so wild. Everyone's parents have their own little wild spin of fuckery. That they did or believed in or passed on or like acted like was truth, and it's just like, yeah, sure,
absolutely.
Are you sure about all that? Like, I don't know, man.
Most of all.
Yeah. It's like these are some really big claims, guys. Can you prove any of this? No.
And that's where you had me a lot better. Like I'm obviously an in, you're an in with kind of an out. Because you had 1 foot in one side and 1 foot in another. And I will tell you, like, even though this is my first time inviting someone to join that I've never met before, it is nice to meet you. And the fact that you came to join us on New Year's Eve and give us your song, I think is amazing. And I also love the things that I can learn from Never Ends, because it's given me a dose of reality of what I believe is normal, and the things that I thought were normal are not so much normal. Not so much. Like Alicia and I were talking about exchange.
Mm-hmm.
For every time, like, you do something for someone or someone does something for me, I have to make sure my exchange is in.
Mhm.
And they don't do that in the outside world very much.
No,
You know,
I mean,
you don't find,
it's not.
it's rare.
It's not
It's
worded
not
that way, right?
compulsory. You're
Yeah.
allowed to have relationships that aren't transactional in
Yep.
the outside world.
You should, in fact,
that's
have
really
relationships that are not transactional.
Mhm.
Yes, exactly. Whereas in the bubble, everything is transactional, including familial love, which is mind-blowing to me. So, yeah, it doesn't all have to be transactional. Granted, I do my best to, like, if somebody sends me a present, I want to write them a thank you note or does
Yeah.
something really nice for me, but I'm kind of old school like that.
Yeah.
I'm also
Like
old
that's
like that.
that's
So,
like manners and like just making sure that you let somebody know. Because I do that too.
Absolutely.
But I also like to communicate. Like I'm a Gemini, so I just talk all the time.
So what's that? So I'm an Aries. What the hell does that mean?
Ooh,
You know, when people who try to be like, oh, these are your traits because you're an Aries.
so you're
These
like
are
the
traits because
youngest.
someone's a Pisces, and I'm like, mhm.
You're stubborn and hard headed, but you're supposed to be really lucky, and you're the youngest of the zodiac sign, I think.
Okay.
Because Capricorn's the oldest of the zodiac sign because they're the first, and you're the last, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
I have no idea.
But
I'm hella Virgo.
ooh, my kids are both Virgos.
I could not embody the whole Virgo stereotype anymore if I tried. I love all of my picky little tedious details. I mean, I knit, so I'm creating things stitch by stitch by stitch by individual stitch. I love tiny little details. I love, if I'm gonna deep clean something, that shit is getting deep cleaned, like with a
Like White
toothbrush,
Glove.
all up in there,
Yeah.
all up in there.
Hey, we got dirty again, everybody. I'm sorry. She's getting all up in there. I apologize. We got dirty
all up in
again.
there. Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
if you're gonna do it right.
You got to get all up in there if you're going to do it.
if it's worth doing.
It's
If
a clam
worth
bake.
Do it
doing.
right. Oh my God.
It's too early.
I have not laughed this hard in so long. Like, honestly, as you know, like with what's going on with my family member, it's literally like I needed this. I needed this today. So for those that emailed and messaged asking for a second one, thank you so very much, because I needed this today. And it's so refreshing to know where we've come. Like, I'm so much closer to seeing my dad than I was when this whole event started. And, I've made so many friends, and even like the, Never Ends, they've taught me so much that it's like, I now know what a real mom should be like. It's not a June Cleaver. It's like a mixture of all of the above.
Yeah.
A good dad should be there. If something happens to any of my kids, like, don't mess with my kids. I am that parent. I have no problem wearing orange. I will make orange look sexy. I am that parent.
Will.
I will rock it.
Yeah.
But it's made me realize that I am the complete opposite of what I always had. What about you? What about your, the parenting style that you got as a Never In, or you got, Alicia, as a half in, half out?
Yeah.
That's so dirty.
Ooh.
Like, why is everything turning dirty? Like half in, half out?
It's getting later.
I need to share that the day that I went in for my hysterectomy, I was wearing a t-shirt that said "all up in your lady business" because they were about to be. So I figured it was only apropos.
You got to do it. I mean, sometimes you just got to bring a little humor to it. I mean,
Absolutely. I also made cookies for my pre-op team, my
Oh,
OR
nice.
team, my post-op team, and the surgical floor nursing team for where I was spending the night.
Oh,
You made
nice.
cookies for all of them?
All of them. The night before I
You're like,
went.
please let me live. Please let me live. Like, while you're in my business, don't take pictures. Don't talk dirty. I gave you a cookie.
Well, no, they can take pictures and talk dirty all they want. Just make sure that you reconnect everything that needs to be connected and don't let me
Not-
hit on the OR
Oh,
table.
you didn't want to pee out your butt.
That
I
would
mean,
be
you know, that's
suboptimal.
ideal. That's
Right?
yeah. We would ideally like to not do that.
Yeah,
It's-
not reroute it and all of a sudden.
It's not going to go over well at the clam bake.
But
No.
I also wanted my surgeon to
Yeah.
bring my uterus to me so that I could tell it off because it had given me so many problems for so many years
Yeah.
that I really needed to tell it to its little uterine face.
Did you get to give it a few fingers? Like, did you flip it off? Because to me,
Oh,
that's
girl.
really therapeutic.
Why'd you have
I
to
really
fingering
did.
a uterus?
Middle finger, not finger.
That's even worse. Like, you got to go with the longest finger.
And it gets better because the cervix was attached. So
Oh.
yeah. I fingered both my uterus and my cervix.
See, and you know,
uterus.
when they
I
handed
mean, I think
my
that's a good
kneecap,
thing.
when they handed me my kneecap, all I could say is, you know, you have failed me. You have failed me.
You had one job.
Yeah, you had one job, and that was to stay in put and intact.
Yep.
You have failed. You know, I almost wanted to Oliver Queen it and be like, you failed this city. Saying you failed this city.
You let us down.
Yep. But now I have a cadaver patella, and everybody thinks it's so cool that one of my kneecaps is wider than the other.
That, you know, I mean, I would kind
It's
of
a
brag
party
about
trick
that.
now. It's a
For
party
sure.
trick. Yeah. Carrie uses it. She brags about it. She's like, it's okay. She's got a dead person's knee. I'm like, I don't have a dead person's knee. I literally have a cadaver patella. I don't have a dead person's knee.
Oh, semantics.
Right? Or will, because I have handicap parking because I had to learn how to walk again. And so while I'm sitting there, we get out of the car and people like to treat me like garbage. You know, like, why do you have a handicap placard? You know, well, I don't use it all the time. I just use it when I hurt. And well, you don't look handicapped. Well, either do you now, but you're about to be.
You should tell them that you pee out of your butt and see what they say about that.
No, I let her do it. And so what Carrie likes to do is she's like, oh, she's got a dead person's knee. Like there's deadness in her. She's dead in the knee.
Her knee is dead inside.
Yeah, dead. No soul. No soul. Like I was wondering why. I think that person was straight though, because the other day I really looked at Jason Statham and I was like, ooh, damn, you're kind of pretty. You're a pretty man. Pretty man. And if that is true, if there is truth to this, like this part of the anatomy was straight, we're going to have words. I'm going to be like, doctor, I need you to get me the gay.
Well, you know, you could just come over to the dark side of the pan.
True.
Because, I mean, that's how I roll. And
hey, we all have to roll very, you know, that is the one thing that is the one thing that I've actually adored is coming out as gay, because it was me being me and it was me being who I'm supposed to be.
Yep.
And that is something that I never would have been able to do inside Scientology. Ever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be where I'm at now.
When I explained pansexual to my mom, she was like, you know, I had some experiences in college.
If my mom ever said that to me, I think I'd fall over.
Like, okay, mom, rock on. But yeah,
I'd be like, hold on, my heart.
Super supportive. Bless her precious little heart. I was getting ready to go to our local gay pride festival one year, and my neighbors down the road, I was best man in their wedding, Susie and Michelle. She's like, you know, so I scampered downstairs just to change clothes because we were getting ready to go. And she said, well, what are you going to wear? I'm like, it's outside at a park. I'm going to wear like jeans and a t-shirt. And bless her senseless, my mother said, do you have any gay shirts?
What's a gay shirt?
That is amazing.
And she
What's
meant
a gay shirt?
100% serious about it. That is a
I
gay
mean,
shirt.
that's what I was just saying.
I know. I know, and I rock it all the time. Like, Kendra, you're amazing. Need to figure out how to show off her some
Our
love,
talents.
because
Yeah.
I
I'm
love
envious
it.
as
And I've
hell.
had to wash it, and there's been no fade in this game.
Yeah.
It's literally, yeah. And the fact that it's a black shirt, I'm like, it's slimming.
Even
I look
better.
super sexy.
I'm wearing my Helicopter hoodie, my OT3 Helicopter hoodie.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I
Nice.
love that. Kelly has so many good designs.
She's amazing. She's
Yes.
amazing. And the best thing about it is the really subtle on the sleeve,
The
her little
details.
copter, her little propeller.
That's cool.
But this is
Nice.
the snuggliest sweatshirt I have ever owned in my life. So I wash it gently and hang it dry. My mom is awesome. That is true.
Yeah. My mom's okay. My mom does the best that she can. Sorry I haven't been popping up a lot of comments. This was better than the comedy show I was at tonight. You can always come back. This has been a blast. This has honestly been a blast talking about anything and everything. And
I do have to go, but
okay.
I'll be back later, and I'll be going live on my channel later tonight as well. So
Thanks for singing to us. It was amazing. We're leaving 2023 with a nice song. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that.
Awesome.
You definitely, if you're not going to do something with Helicopter, I would definitely reach out to Lara.
I'll work with either one of them. I have no idea what I'm doing with the technologies and the things. I don't know how to make a thumbnail. I have no idea about any of it.
If you ever need help with the thumbnail, I know how to do the thumbnail. All the rest of it, I have no idea, but Lara definitely knows. I love you too, babe. Thank you so much for being here, honey.
But I would be happy to collab with anybody.
Absolutely.
Any of those ladies, either of those ladies, they're both awesome. So I'm here for it.
Yeah, I will definitely reach out to Lara and be like, hey, Lara, you got to just watch this. Or just just email Lara and be like, Liz told me to reach out to you. I have a good song idea.
Okay.
And yeah, because when it comes to
Lara,
awesome. Like she's able to put music to a lot of things.
I got to get the rest of it written and written correctly. So that's where my challenge is. But
you can do it. I have faith in you.
Yeah, as soon as I do a little bit more research, I'll make it happen.
Absolutely, because that was good so far. That was amazing so far.
It was acceptable.
Yeah, that was honestly on point. Like
so good, so good.
I like it.
And you have a voice, so that's even better. So you can actually
sing.
It
wasn't like hey, hey, hey. You know, like when I try to sing high, I'm like, you know, and they're like, sing from your diaphragm.
My what?
You want me to sing from my where?
Diaphragm. What are you talking about?
It's down to the what? And the who?
That's a little personal.
Yeah, that's a little deep for everybody. But I want to say thank you, Chow Young Smut, for coming on. I appreciate it. It was a blast getting to know you. Definitely email me, and we'll definitely hook you up with Lara and see, you know, once you finish that song. Awesome. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Both of you. Thanks for coming on. Y'all.
Yes, thank you so much for coming on. She was cute.
That was so good.
That song was amazing. I was literally like, wow, that's good. That
was really good.
That's kind of catchy. Okay.
That needs to be like its own little thing. I can make up a lot of stupid shit. I just can't sing it. So maybe
like
I can make up
you write poems.
Well, yes, but I also have come up with a few like songs, but like we can make it Scientology ease, right?
It'd be easy. Because like I know we could easily write one about like, you know, our amazing beds and the amazing food and
rice and beans.
Rice and beans are so delicious. You know,
I actually do like rice and beans for the rice.
I do too, but it has to be Spanish rice and pinto beans. Like it can't be the other stuff anymore, or I will yak. Like just
she's not having it.
no,
Get it
my
the right
body is
age.
flat out like
Rejecting it.
yep.
Said no.
We have Mr.
Nope.
Super Pup is in the chat. I know that we were going to keep it short, and then that went hilarious.
That was so fun. Did you want to do your highs and lows of the year? Before we end
that's
off?
what we have left is highs and lows.
Right.
As
You want to
my
go
hair is
first?
going. I will go first.
You go first. It's your it's your channel, so you go first.
Well, your channel is also on here, lady.
I know, but you did the whole thumbnail and everything, so.
Okay. I was finding out my dad's alive, meeting all of you, and finding out that there's people in this world that want to support us. You know, like we're not alone. That's the extreme high. And then, of course, the love of my life being the love of my life. So those are my highs. Have a few lows. A situation that shall not be named. Not being able to see my dad. You know, like putting in constant effort and not seeing him. And then OBG Foster, never in, who supports all of y'all. Or you all. Oh, I definitely need to get new glasses. I should just probably wear them. I'm going to get contacts. Just watch. I'm going to get contacts because I'm so scared of
like losing them, breaking them.
Yeah. Because the funny part is my glasses have been sitting right here the whole time.
They're handy.
They're handy. And oh my God, everything's clear. Except if I look down. She
can see clearly now that her glasses
are on. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. That was such a good song. What movie? That was in another movie. But besides that, what are your highs and lows? Because you had two kids get older.
I know. It's kind of weird. They're like teenagers. Ugh. No, they're fine. It's just I don't like how fast it's happening. It's like kind of strange. But I would say my highs were definitely just speaking out more publicly, like on a broader spectrum, because I never would have thought I'd be doing this. You know, if you would have asked me, I would have been like, nah, who cares about that? Like, not that it's not something that I personally care about, but like I just didn't think, like you said, people care. So speaking out, because it has allowed me to share a little bit, not everything, a little bit of my life. And I've met some really amazing people. Like Liz, I met you and we were talking behind the scenes for like a month, 2 months, you know?
And then all that happened. Yeah.
Right. But I mean, you were there for me when I was like, I don't know what to expect with this and that. And you were like, well, I'm there. And we would be sitting there and messaging each other. So it was nice to have people that understood and weren't like, you didn't have to, I don't know, like explain it for so long, because it is a whole lot to explain. And then it sounds like weird when you explain it to people that aren't familiar with it.
Yep.
Because it's just kind of a strange little world that we chose to be born into.
Yeah, we chose this body.
I chose this body.
Okay.
So there's another song. Instead of like, we built this city, it's not the song, we built the city on rock and roll. It should be, we chose this body.
We chose this body. Yes.
Okay, so there's another song. So
absolutely. People that there you sing, go. Now you got to work on that one. Be like, we chose this body on Satan power. I don't know.
Something, right? On the prison planet. Hey.
Yeah.
Something, whatever. Yeah, whatever we want. So that's been a really big, a big, just living life has been fun and amazing. We're alive. I get to go and be a mom and a wife, and that's really like what I like. And I would say my low this year was like one of my childhood friends passed away, and that was a really gut punch. You know, people aren't supposed to pass away in their 30s, and so that was shitty. I made the best of it because I got to travel and go back home, though I would have liked to go back home for a fun reason. But I got to travel back to where I grew up and see some friends that were just in my like regular public school. So like normal, my normal friends, right?
Your normies.
Right. So I got to see them and see their families and what they're doing and like spend time with them and cry and grieve with them, because that's what you do when your friend passes away. And I love to be back in California. It was just like, oh, I loved it. It was just like, it reminded me of like, this is where I came from and how beautiful it is and the culture and the people. I loved it. It was for a sad reason, but I was happy to go home. But yeah, so that was kind of my sad. It's just been a lot of people passing away. And that's just something that sucks. It's just, I know it's part of life. It's just not fun. So
No,
my low.
it's not fun when you're losing someone or when someone makes a decision, you know, or doesn't make a decision soon enough. You know, it sucks. You know, like there's no back in time button that you could get to get back some of that time.
Yeah, exactly. And it stinks because you're like, oh, I wish I would have, texting and
Shoulda,
stuff
coulda,
is fun.
woulda.
Yeah, it's like, oh, texting is fun, but I wish I would have been able to see her and hug her. And I missed her by a week. I booked a ticket to get out there, and she passed a week before I got there. So
yeah, and that's the hard part, But the good part is you're still talking about her, sharing the joys that she brought you. Is that my house?
Nope, that's mine. That's definitely mine. Someone decided they would have a bowl of cereal at 9 o'clock because cereal's always good.
Hey, cereal's good. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's better than green eggs.
I'm telling you, I never remembered how good cereal was. And then you have I had kids and they're at the cereal phase where cereal is like breakfast, snack after school, dinner if they don't like whatever I cooked. Cereal. Okay. Whatever. You eat something,
Yep. They're eating something.
You're eating something. Like I cooked something, I did something. Whatever. You don't like it. Whatever. That was funny.
So now that you are streaming from your channel, you decided if you're going to do it again? Because now Miss Nora is going to ask.
I know. I don't know.
Liz G's going to ask.
I know. I don't know what I'm doing with myself, to be honest. I'm definitely not an everyday person. I just don't have that kind of time.
You could be a weekly person.
Maybe, yeah, maybe a weekly. I'm also a commitment freak.
It's commitment phobic.
Commitment phobic. So there's also that, and I'm just like, maybe, maybe weekly, every other week, something. I think it's fun to pop on with certain people and talk about a topic or if you ever talk
or have nothing and just roll with the punches.
Just roll with it. Liz Gill has been so good about talking about the Dianetics part, which has been so eye-opening for me because I'm like, oh shit, that's where that came from. Oh, that's where that it's important because I rejected so much of this that I don't know the literature that well because I was like, this is crap. Which is how it's good and bad, right? It's good because it's a little bit less fuckery for me, although it's still fuckery. But it helps put the puzzle pieces together of why things were like this, why people acted like this, why, it helps to understand. And I'm at a point where I'm okay understanding and hearing that. So
yeah,
you get to that point, it levels out. Yeah,
yep,
exactly. It levels out, right? That point.
And that is the one miracle that I am grateful for. And I call it a miracle because it's you growing up, I thought I was a freak. I literally, once I entered the regular world, I thought I was a freak because I couldn't make friends. I couldn't, get close to people the way I was close to people in Scientology. And then when I did make those friends, I found myself, not understanding what they were talking about, or getting twisted with sarcasm and getting into arguments, getting into fights. Definitely a lot of backstabbage, which,
it's hard. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Yeah, it's different. It's just different. And you were in Scientology world a lot more. So that was your more of a base for you because that's what you knew more of and more about.
Yep.
So it's different because life outside is different than when you're in Scientology. People speak different, people act different, it's not this whole exchange thing,
there's no exchange.
Yeah. I mean, you can be like, I bought the drinks last time and you need to buy it this time. Sure, but they don't word it like exchange, right?
Yeah, they don't word it like exchange. It's literally, yeah. Yeah, we had the tattletale culture
Yeah, that's
is
really not
toxic.
cool.
Yeah, because I know I wrote up quite a few friends. I know I wrote up my mom, I wrote up my dad. Like, I can't tell you how many times I I literally wrote them up. Like, you're out 2D. You're being out 2D. These are things that shouldn't be. Yeah, I was not proud of myself.
Wow, see, I never wrote people up. I thought it was kind of lame. And I was like, who does that? So I would just make up stupid shit that like I did at home. Like if we had to do it, I'd be like, I did this or I didn't do my chores. I thought that would be easier, like just like stuff that wouldn't get anybody else besides me in trouble.
Yeah.
Because I always thought that was weird. I'm like, what? So, and it's funny because my mom would say like, oh, it's such a snitch culture. Like, I hate that.
It's okay that someone's making cereal. It's okay.
And it's true. Oh yeah, you can hear it. Yeah.
I see the eye roll and you're like, I promise it's okay. We got cereal lovers in the chat. They're loving the cereal.
I mean, yeah.
It's the shake, shake, shake for me.
No, it's just a 14-year-old for me that I'm like, hey, eat before I go on because it's going to be late. So it's just a not listening for me. Yeah, no. It's just the teenage shit.
Nice.
It's a very fun stage, I might say. Very fun.
It's one of your favorites.
So far it's my favorite. They know it all. They do very little. And if I ask them anything, it's like, oh. I'm like,
yeah, I definitely understand that one.
It's just like, oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like we made chili for dinner. And of course, one of the kids is like, is there onions in it? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's chili.
Onions. Of course. And my husband was the one that made it, right? So he does less onions than I do. And he's like, you won't even taste them. And my kid refused to eat it. And my husband's like, I'm not going to make him eat it because, that's what my parents made me eat stuff that I didn't like. And I didn't like it when I was that age. And I was like, okay, Mr. Mature, okay, good for you. But I'm also like, what are you going to eat then? I mean, I cooked a little steak, a little skirt steak. He didn't want that either. It's like, okay, what's happening?
Yeah, when they're picky, there's nothing you can do.
Like,
we got two pickies in the house, and it's like they only want a certain type of spicy like chicken nuggets. And if you get the wrong type, let's say Foster Farms is on sale, but it's not the other ones that they want, they'll sit there in the fridge or the freezer until they die of frostbite. Because no, those are the gross ones. Those are just not even good. Those are gross.
You know what I love is when they like something, so I buy a bunch of it, and then they're like, I don't like that anymore. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Right. And it's always after you bought like 5 of them. 5 of them. Yeah.
I'm like, they were on sale, so I got you 5. Thinking I'm going to be ahead of the game. Kids, man. But it's funny is like the fridge is usually full. The pantry is always full because I feel like snacks usually are a bigger deal than whatever foods. Like snacks are like life. So cereal, snacks, chips, like they're at that stage. So I let them, I'm just trying to enjoy it with them. Like, sure, we'll have a zillion snacks. Every time grocery pickup, like $150 just on snacks. Did I buy anything? No. Chips, snacks, pretzels. No. Those pretzels are good.
Yes.
My husband loves pretzels. So.
This one was for you from the lovely Super Pup.
Oh, thank you, Super
Alicia,
Pup.
thank you for taking the time. I enjoy when you share your experience. Happy New Year. Cereal is life. Thank you.
I know cereal is life. I buy cereal like every time I get grocery pickup now. It's ridiculous. Even if we're not out, just because, Lord forbid, we have.
So every month, what is on our list, and the main thing that has to go into the pantry, is 5 boxes of Fruity Pebbles, 4 boxes of Honey Nut Cheerios, and then 2 boxes of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I think there's one more. Oh, Frosted Flakes. Then like 3 boxes of Frosted Flakes. And still, somehow, like the Fruity Pebbles is the only one that I eat. That is the only one that I'm like, oh, I will kid out on that and eat that for dinner. And then all of a sudden, it's the one that is the most popular in the house. Like all 4 of our boxes are gone. We're down to the very last bit. And it's at the end of the month. but we literally have all of the Honey Nut Cheerios, all the other ones left, but there is 0 Fruity Pebbles.
It's the
I'm just
sweetest
telling
one
you,
there
kids are
is.
rude. Kids are rude. They're just rude.
They
They
are,
don't share.
they're vicious little beasts, aren't they? They really, really are. And it's funny because I always get a variety. I always get like you said, like multiple different kinds because, you know, there's different kinds for each kid and like at least 1 or 2 that they both like. They got to the stage and you know, before school where that's all they would eat. I'm like, you know, we can cook eggs, we can cook like cook an actual breakfast. We've got tons of stuff. No, cereal. That's it, just cereal. Because there was oatmeal for a while, and I got them all the oatmeal little packets. Of course, they're all sweet and all that, like, you know. So
yeah, so okay, so today, the amazing Super Pup had sent in some Chipotle for the kids. They were super ecstatic, like we're getting Chipotle today, and I was like, you know what? And I'm gonna go pick it up so that way you know that it was made right and blah 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, their order. I'm like, okay, one wants double wrapped with just chicken, some pinto beans, and cheese. The other wants double wrapped chicken or steak, double steak, pinto beans, sour cream, and queso cheese with hot salsa.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay, I get all these things and I get to the end of the line and then they tell me how much it is. I literally almost doo-dooed myself because of course they want to double everything.
Yeah.
And so get them everything they want. And literally all I can think of is how is anybody going to eat this burrito? It's literally gone in like 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And then all of a sudden I smell like I come out of like the back room and I'm like, why do I smell top ramen? So I go ask one of the kids, I'm like, did you just make top ramen after you just ate that bloody burrito? Like, I just need to know because where is all of this food going? Do you got a hollow leg? And they're like, no, I didn't do it. I go check the other kid, and all of a sudden, burrito's gone, like devoured, and they're eating literally ramen. And I'm just like, how? If I eat my whole burrito or bowl, I'm dying. I'm like, don't move me.
Yeah,
okay,
I usually
out like an Oompa Loompa. Like
just roll me up.
Yeah, like someone starts singing the Oompa Loompa song because I'm like, Oompa Loompa, damn, I'm fat. You know,
I ate too much and I
ate so much I don't think I can walk. I'm having a baby. Get food, baby.
It's a burrito. Maybe too.
And so it's like, I don't know how they've got room. I'm telling you, hollow legs is a real thing.
When they're teenagers, they can just keep eating though. I'm telling you.
Right?
It's like, sometimes I'm like, but it's kind of fun though, because I overcook because I came from a big family. I have 3 siblings and I was cooking like for everybody. So I don't know how to do small portions. So I kind of taught myself how to cook. Like I don't really know. I just kind of figured it out, like, because I like to eat home cooked food. So I kind of just figured it all out. And you know, if all else fails, you can do like cereal, hamburger help, or whatever. Like it's edible, whatever. But I am so bad because I can only cook like a huge portion. So now that I'm overcooked, like, and I'm still overcooking it, and I'm like, I don't want to cook. These kids don't even eat it, and they don't want to eat leftovers. Like, what the hell? What the hell? Our kids have it so pushy. That's what it is.
They do, because literally, like, okay, so the only meal that will honestly be reheating, like, except from me or Carrie, she makes the most amazing spaghetti. It's spicy. It's got the perfect kick where you're just like, oh, that was kind of spicy. That's hot. You know, love that spaghetti. The kids love that spaghetti. She makes anything else and it will die in the fridge.
Yeah, and I feel so wasteful.
We do too. We're like, okay, I'm gonna stop making stuff. You're not gonna eat it. Like,
right.
You know, why aren't you going for this? And like we just made it yesterday. Like you'll be fine. You can eat it twice in a week.
You can eat it exactly. And
you'll be fine. You're not gonna die.
Yeah. Well, I will say, like now that I know, like I looked up what possums eat. Like when we have bananas that are about to go bad, I put them outside because the possums love bananas. Just saying. Just saying. I mean, you know.
Well, if we had a possum,
Not encouraging anybody to do anything. I'm just saying that the wildlife does really like, certain things.
Hey, so far,
I put the rotisserie chicken out there too for it.
All right. We
like
put
at the end, because it's like the bones and there's still a little bit of meat, but no one really will pick it off.
So what we put for the bearded dragons, we put squash, cucumber, zucchini, and then we minced it into that like little small squares or whatever. Love that stuff. And then just tear apart some lettuce with it. It's got to be a specific type of lettuce. Sorry, everybody. I'm not thinking of it right this second. No, it can't. They can't have iceberg.
Okay.
So they cannot have iceberg. So it could be anything like
not
romaine.
Romaine.
Kale is their favorite. They both love kale.
Interesting.
And so they will
is not
high in fiber.
Super high in fiber, but usually people don't like it because
But I look forward to feeding the beardeds because at least no matter what, the beardeds will love what I feed them.
Yeah.
But the kids, on the other hand, they'll like, this looks gross. Like that doesn't even look yummy. I'm like, give it a shot. Just try it. Take a bite. Like, this was easier when you were younger. Like just take bites.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys used to eat everything because I would cook every stuffing meal and you would eat it and like going out was a treat. And now I'm just like, I guess I'll just dash it, little turd.
Yeah, right. They're or they'll be like, we've been good. Can we get McDonald's?
Oh,
And of course, because their mom's away, they're like, what's going on? Like, she's coming back. And I'm like, of course she's coming back. Like,
of course.
Don't be silly, and because of everything that's going on with their relative, I'm just like, or with the family member, I'm literally trying to, keep their mind off of everything. Like, just forget that your mom is not here. These are not the droids you were looking for. Oh, here is some Chipotle. Here is some noodles and company. These are not the droids you were looking for. Oh, you want pizza? These are not the droids you were looking for. If I can distract them for a little bit while they've got to deal with all the stuff going on with their family, that would be the best.
It's helpful. It's helpful for them. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anytime there's something like that is going to go bad, I just like, see if I can put it out there. Oh.
Yeah, I thought it killed them. So that's why we have 0 iceberg in this house. Okay. When I was younger, step with my foot on an open shovel. Oh my God, that sounds funny. Oh my God, my kids, when younger, stepped on foot. They opened out the shovel.
I think they mean food, like shovel in. Like they
were literally like.
That's what I think it's meaning.
Oh, Joel McCoy is in the house. Well, I know it is 2 minutes from 2 hours, and I know we said we were going to do a short one. So if you have not yet subscribed to the amazing E at Degraded Daughters, definitely do so. We're running it here for a reason. And she's amazing E. She's just big ball of E. And I don't mean the drug, but it could be.
Oh, I mean, whatever,
Yeah, have a little E in your life.
Whatever you need me to be, multi-purpose, multi-pass.
Hey, that's your green screen made it look like you were at Hogwarts earlier. Because she literally moved a little bit and it looked like she put on the cloak of invisibility.
I just vanished.
And I'm like, she was gone.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. At least she got me. I really thought she put on something green.
No. I had to go turn off the dryer. I thought it wasn't going to annoy me with the door closed, and I decided it annoyed me immensely.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that it didn't annoy you. I'm glad that did you have fun?
I had so much fun, Liz. We always have fun together.
We always have a blast because now that we just talk about everything and anything and everything, it just makes it so much more fun. So we will end that on a high note. Right. Please don't forget to smash the like, hit subscribe. Have a great time, everybody. I know New Year's is only an hour or 2 away for some people. For us, it is 4.5 hours away. So I want to say thank you so very much for being here. Thank you so very much for sharing time. For everyone that sent love and messages and all of that good stuff. Thank you so very much. I love each and every one of you.
We're thankful
E,
for you, and we're
yeah.
so hopeful for a new good year.
Yes.
2024.
2024 is going to be a new year. And Retired Red, thank you so very much. This is the amazing link to click to link to click. And a clickety click it.
If you
just
click it, you'll get
just
there.
Rub it hard. Just get it right there. Just rub it hard.
Wow.
Where you can totally see the amazing E whenever you want. So please, everyone, have a great New Year's. If you need anything, please email me. We're all here for a reason. You know, I say reach out to me whenever you can, because that exchange is really big for me. You guys are there for me, so I want to be there for you. So I bid you all adieu. I will race you to the comments. Let's see who throws the first comment. All right. Talk to you guys soon.